The opinions, viewpoints, and beliefs presented on this program do not necessarily reflect those of the management, the affiliates and broadcast partners, or the sponsors. Listener discretion is advised.
Scarefest Radio, the radio you can see.
And hello and welcome, everyone. You didn't think I could miss out on the whole Bernie Sanders meme thing, did you? I'm missing one of my earphones here. Hand me an earphone. Anyway, everybody, welcome to Scarefest Television. We got a little bit of a late start tonight, but a little minor technical difficulties, just minor technical difficulties. So very quickly, the introductions are Mr. R.A. Mihailoff. Our special super guest tonight, the lovely and talented R.A. Mihailoff, and also my co-host tonight is Mr. Chad Harlan. So we got everything ready to go. Everybody, now we do have a get any picture of me up there. We do have a celebrity announcement tonight. FYI, actually we got two of them. Two celebrity announcements. And we're gonna later in the show we're gonna be plans are coming together for the Scarefest. We got some good shit going. I mean, for January, we believe it or not, we're in there, people. So anyway, let's just go on. Kick it over to Mr. Mihailoff, and R.A., welcome to the show, and I feel like I just spoke to you a day or two ago.
I believe we just spoke yesterday.
I want to thank you so much for doing this on short notice. Although, everybody, for the record, he did bust my chops. He did bust my chops for the last minute call there. Is something messed up? Mm-hmm. Well, then just go to all. Go to all. We'll keep Chad in the conversation tonight. The video. It'll. Okay, well, I don't know.
We'll just be RA the whole time.
When we kick it over there, it'll show two pictures of RA, and so I don't even know. Guest only. I had that fixed. Why is it not fixed now?
Don't worry about it.
What? No, I can edit this out in post. There. I don't know how that dicked up. Anyway, everybody, special guest, life-size, as you can see on screen, is R.A. Mihailoff. And everybody, we all know R.A. is a Scarefest regular. And he did bust my chops for calling him so late in the game to get him on the show tonight.
But what did I say, Wes? I said anything from my Scarefest family.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. And as a special treat, if she remembers, Nicole Griffith is supposed to call in at the 45-minute mark. So we got that going on.
Excellent.
I wouldn't let her call in earlier, though, because I know how much she loves you, R.A., and she just would have taken over the show, and that would have been... it all would have went south from there. Now, all right, okay, I'll just get on into it. Of course, I've seen a bunch of your older... Although I couldn't find any of your really... the stuff you're known for on free streaming because I'm a cheap bastard. But I did watch Krampus. Krampus, The Devil Returns.
Krampus 2. Krampus 2.
Yeah, it's Krampus 2. Well, actually, on IMDb, they have it listed as just Krampus, The Devil Returns, but on Prime and every place else, it's Krampus 2.
Okay.
Basically, you play your typical hoodlum.
Yes.
That you're so well known for. I was honestly, you didn't tell me what you were playing. I was really hoping I think you'd have been. Of course, it had Santa and Krampus in it, and I think you could have rocked either of those parts.
Well, I appreciate that very much, Wes. I don't know for a fact, but I think because it was a sequel, I think they used the same actor
Probably.
For the Krampus character.
Because what was that little ditty you got floating around on YouTube? That little short where you played Santa, and that was one.
My name is Kris Kringle.
That is we talk about that every time I have you on. That is still one of the most disturbing portrayals of Santa Claus that I've ever seen. And
well, yeah, I mean that was the idea, you know. And I that was demented. If you'll recall the opening scene, when I turn around and I raise my hands with the cleaver and the little girl's head.
Okay, yeah.
That was the director's daughter's head. Not real.
Okay, let's get that part straight. Yeah, okay. I mean, they could have green screened it. Who knows? But no, okay. So it was a mock-up. I'm squirmy tonight. I don't know what's maybe too much coffee. Now, okay, I'm going to start off before I toss it over to Chad. I'll throw a couple quick ones at you, then we'll try to catch up on our commercial schedule.
Let's go back to my name is Kris Kringle for just 1 second.
Sure.
Well, we actually talked about doing a my name is Kris Kringle redo, and that was redux, redo, whatever you want to call it, and we were going to make it a grand guignol. In other words, I was going to transmorgify into some kind of demon, you know, and I was going to have one of the props was going to be a 17th century German executioner's axe.
Okay, well, I'm going to throw this out there. If you're even thinking about retouching that project, I'd move it out of the realm of shorts. There is enough story there in that little. God, this is short for a short. It's not even 10 minutes, is it?
You know, I don't know.
Okay, the first question, do you ever watch your own material? No, it is for shorts because it's got a fairly simple premise. But that premise is very strong, and I'm just saying you could make that into a feature-length movie, and it would still be, even though people would have a pretty well. Actually, I don't guess there's any way to get around what's going on, but
right.
But I would watch that.
Thank you, I appreciate that.
Now I'm gonna throw out my two softball questions. What does R.A. Mihailoff do during lockdown? What have you been doing for the last 10 months?
Let me reflect upon these last several months. I've become intimately acquainted with my Lazy Boy recliner. I've become intimately acquainted with oceans of Kentucky bourbon and gallons of Yingling beer.
The other night when I was talking, or last night, whatever it was, when I was talking to him on the phone, he said, "You know, I haven't started day drinking today yet." And then he looks over at his bar.
No, Wes, for the whole pandemic.
Oh, okay. But it sounded like he was locked and loaded. I will put it that way. Do you watch the streaming services? Do you watch movies? Do you?
No. I watch. I don't even have Netflix. I don't even know, or any of that stuff. As you know, with the technical difficulty we had getting me on, I'm not the most internet savvy individual.
Well, I mean, you obviously have good home internet, so I mean, it's a password and it's you can watch it on your computer and other. But do you watch TV?
Yes.
What do you do to hone your craft?
I do watch TV, believe it or not. A lot of TV. My TV's on now. It's on almost 24 hours a day.
Okay.
Okay. Now here's something, and you're gonna laugh at me. I get up at 5:30 every morning to watch Dragnet on MeTV.
Oh my God, he sounds like my mother.
But I can't get through it.
I'm assuming that's the original Dragnet.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, well,
And I can hardly ever get through an episode without grabbing my tablet and going on IMDb and researching who these people are. And it's amazing, you know?
well, now, see, I can understand that because I actually do a whole lot of that. I watched, actually, it was your movie. She didn't have a huge part in it, but the girl, the brunette that played, God, I'll look here in a minute after the commercial break and see what her name. One of the mothers in Krampus, The Devil Returns. She was like the second mother that was on screen. She had a fairly small part, and I could tell that girl has some acting chops.
Wait a minute. Wait
a minute. I'll tell you. Krampus, The Devil Returns. I want to say her last name in the movie was Baker. Which technically you never had a scene with her, so I don't even know if you would have ran into her.
No, I have no idea who you're talking about.
No, her real name's Amy Baker. That's it. That's her real name. She played.
What's her name?
Wait a minute now. No, I'm sorry. I got it backwards. Amy Baker was her character. Robbie Barnes.
I never met her. I didn't meet her, you know.
Well, if you ever run into her, tell her I approve. Everybody, we're going to take a quick commercial break. We're going to try to get caught up on these commercials because we got celebrity announcements coming up in just about 10 minutes. So we'll be right back. Mama Ruby offers fun vendor-based events that focus primarily on the metaphysical and spiritual aspects of our lives. Well, 2020 didn't go as planned, to say the least. Since Mama Ruby's can't bring the vendors to you in person, they still encourage you to support them online. For links to these and other outstanding artists, craftspeople, vendors, and psychics, visit mamarubys.com and click shop.
Hey, Scarefest, this is Joe Lewis from Bonehead Weekly. This is a Shudder exclusive movie I'm about to review. And I gotta be honest, Shudder's, it's a lot of low-budget stuff. Really low budget, like the Creepshow series. But I tend to enjoy a lot of what they're doing. They're kind of becoming like the Lifetime of horror films. Probably didn't make a lot of sense to you all. This week's movie is Anything for Jackson, directed by Justin Dick and written by Keith Cooper. Now, I don't know who either one of those people are. I looked him up. Turns out Justin has written like Christmas in Paradise, tons of Lifetime films. And same thing with Mr. Cooper. It stars Sheila McCarthy and Julian Richings. Now, Julian Richings, you would probably know at least as Death from Supernatural. Sheila McCarthy is a character actress. Both of them Canadian character actors. Have been along a long time. Been in a lot of movies. What they are, they're a couple who are older and their daughter has died, and so has their granddaughter. And they're bereaved, and they're upset, and they're also Satanists. And they kidnap a pregnant woman. They kidnap a pregnant woman so they can use an ancient spell book that somehow one of them has bought to put their dead grandson. Sorry, it's grandson, not granddaughter. Dead grandkid spirit into her unborn child, but end up summoning more than they bargained for. What they do is they unleash a bunch of demons. That's the plot. It's not slow burn, but it's not a bunch of blood either. It's hard to explain why, but I really enjoyed it. So it works out okay because Henry the doctor, the husband, is a OBGYN, and he is obviously helping out this girl. Now, I don't like giving away a lot of plot, right? Because I want you to watch the movie. If you have a Shudder account, I really do recommend it because they're villains, but they're not necessarily villains, right? They loved their daughter. They loved their grandson, not granddaughter. Sorry about that earlier. They love their grandchild and they want their grandchild back. They want the spirit of their grandchild back. And I get it. And they want to do what would they think that their dead daughter would want. Problem is that when they invite the ghost, but the ghost of their grandson's not the only thing that comes back through. And now they've got to get help from this guy who is another Satanist in this little, played by Josh Cruddas. I don't know him either. He's an asshole and an idiot, but he seems to know a lot about Satanism, and he wants the book. Everything that could go wrong starts to go wrong. They start seeing visions. They start seeing ghosts that are coming into their house and attacking, whilst the lady upstairs, the pregnant lady they've kidnapped, is tied to the bed that they're taking care of. Like I said, I really enjoyed the movie. It's a solid hour and a half. I guess I shouldn't use Lifetime in a bad way, but it's a solid horror TV film, if you would. It's better than most of the things you would see on Sci-Fi Channel. I truly believe that. If you see a sci-fi original, it's better than RoboGator, unless you just like movies about robot gators, in which case this will never be RoboGator. And we should probably talk to you about your tastes. It's a lot of fun. This is kind of a short review, but anything for Jackson on Shudder, check it out. I recommend it. I really enjoyed it. This has been Joe Lewis of Bonehead Weekly.
Now over to Chad and R.A.
Hey, R.A., thanks for coming on tonight. I appreciate it. It's great to get to talk to you. I'm going to start out by telling you I'm a big fan of your work, but probably projects that most people don't talk about. I love Parker Lewis Can't Lose, and I know you did an episode of that, and I love First and 10. So you were in two of my favorite shows ever, and I'm sure most of the stuff you get is horror movie stuff, but those are my favorite roles of yours. So,
Chad, thank you for watching those. Parker Lewis Can't Lose. Yeah, you know, the episode was called Deja Dudes, and we played older versions of the series regulars. You know, and I was the older. Abraham Ben Ruby's the actor, but I can't remember what his character name was.
Kubiak.
Okay, Kubiak. Yeah, I played the older version of him, and he was a good guy, man. I liked him, you know, and it was, you know, I did that show not too long after I'd done Texas Chainsaw, so I think that we probably talked about that on the set, and I told Abraham he could have the role after I retired.
Well, that was a great series. I appreciated your work on it. I actually rewatched it getting ready for tonight. So, so that's where I know you from more so than even the Texas Chainsaw stuff.
Excellent. Let me say something about First and 10 as well.
Sure.
Yeah, that was another. That was actually a two-part Cable Ace nominated episode because it featured that side story about child abuse and things like that. Mm-hmm. And I actually got to do my own fight in that thing, and you know, I had a blast, man. And Don Gibb, working with Don Gibb, we had done a commercial together before that, and so we knew each other.
Well, I know John Kassir was on that show too. So
yeah, that's funny. You know how many shows John Kassir and I have in common, yet we've hardly ever shared the screen together.
Quite a few.
Yeah, quite a few. More than you would think. But yeah, I never met him on First and 10, and I never met the guy who killed his wife.
OJ.
Oh yeah, or until James Simpson. I didn't meet him, but otherwise, you know, it was a great time.
Okay. Well, I like I said, I wanted to let you know that I am a fan, but I wanted to talk to you a little bit about your ghost hunting. I know that everybody knows you as an actor, but you've also got the Hollywood Ghost Hunters that you're active with, and I just wanted to kind of talk to you a little bit about that, about where did your interest in the paranormal originate, and you know, what was your history and stuff with that?
I believe my interest in investigating the paranormal happened when Kane Hodder and Rick McCullum, the founders of Hollywood Ghost Hunters, invited me to be, a member of the group. I wasn't too active or too, quite frankly, interested in the paranormal until they brought me in.
Do you have any experiences that led you to agreeing, or was it strictly just curiosity of the genre, of the subject matter that you wanted to look at?
Quite truthfully, Chad, it was just the opportunity to hang out with two very good friends of mine.
Well, there's no better reason than that.
Yeah, and you know, the official story from Rick McCullum, the Hollywood Ghost Hunters originated while we were all doing a movie at the Shawshank Redemption Prison. It's actually called the Mansfield Reformatory, but you know, it's better known as the Shawshank Redemption Prison. And I had already wrapped and gone home, and Kane and Rick were, you know, on a movie set. You have a lot of downtime, so they were out goofing around. And Rick's very heavily into the paranormal investigation, and he asked Kane to come with him. So they were out in the far reaches of the largest cell block in the world, and I guess they saw something, and Rick said he you know, was going to go toward it, and he turned around and Kane was gone. And Rick you know went, oh, damn it, I lost another. And then when he turned back around, Kane was actually charging the whatever it was, the shadow, and at that moment Rick said, finally I found somebody you know, who can hang with me. And I think the reason I was invited, well, is those two guys are stuntmen, okay? And I think they needed to bring in an actor for his pretty face.
They made a wonderful choice.
Chad, you're too kind.
That's quite the place to get started, though. Is at Mansfield as the first location for the group. So
yeah,
I'm sure they had a great time. We'll talk a little bit more about it soon, but I think it's time to toss over for a break.
All right.
Yeah, RA's the tits and ass of the Hollywood Ghost Hunters. He's the eye candy. He's the eye candy. Everybody, we're going to take a quick commercial break. We will make it up at the end of the show. We'll get a few extra minutes in, but just so you know, we'll be right back.
TellMeTarot.com. Rare tarot and oracle decks for the discerning enthusiast or collector. Odd decks are not for everyone. If you are a rare deck collector, art collector, or simply fall in love with a deck, then we might be for you. Right now, get 10% off your first order just for subscribing to their newsletter. Shipping is just $5.99 in the United States. TellMeTarot.com.
Horror. Movies. Fans. 4. Life. On Facebook. Find us. 4 watch parties. 4 news. 4 memes. 4 friends. 4 life. Horror movie fans for life. Join us.
It's not often when comedy and horror can come together so flawlessly, but that's exactly what happened this week back in 1990 with the release of Tremors. Playing homage to classic B-movie monster films, Tremors delivers the perfect amount of action, terror, and monster. Tremors has a lot to offer the audience, and it's undoubtedly made even more enjoyable by the relationship between the main characters played by Kevin Bacon and Fred Ward. This duo are a pair of handymen tired of their dull lives in the small town of Perfection, Nevada, and together they set out to leave the town, but on their way out, they keep finding dead bodies. After trying to warn the town of a possible murderer on the loose, they find out that the murderers are these enormous worm-like monsters. Tremors was a fan and critical success that was followed by several sequels, but the first in the franchise will always be the most popular of the series.
And tonight's first celebrity announcement for Scarefest 2021, Mr. R.A. Mihailoff, of course. We just couldn't. He's some big dude that like wrestles alligators or something. I don't know. But anyway, I need to tell that story again when I first met R.A. Mihailoff. Anyway, on top of R.A. Mihailoff, the talented and wonderful R.A. Mihailoff, yeah, Kane Hodder's coming too. Then we got... Okay, now... Yay! So now that'll get them going in the chat room. Now, tonight after the show, after a few minutes, RA has graciously... we'll figure it out. Has graciously offered to host a Q&A with the after party. So if you want to join in on the Q&A on Zoom, so he can see your lovely face if you have a webcam, just go to patreon.com/ScarefestRadio and you can join us. Starting Monday, our CyberCon seminar series is launching Monday, and our first episode is Kyle Cobb presenting the Lucifer Typo. So that'll be coming up Monday. Go to scarefestradio.com. It'll be released on podcast, and there will also be a video version available to our Patreon subscribers. And of course, don't forget the Scarefest gift shop is open for business. No, I don't have the new Scarefest radio stuff on there yet, other than the hats, because I ain't had time. But go to scarefestradio.com, click gift shop, and you can find some cool souvenir shirts for 2020. And this is a limited production, people. These will when these are sold, they're gone because 2020's gone. And I want to remind everybody, Thursday Night Dead will launch. We're scheduled for February, and what we're doing behind the scenes now is we're actually trying to figure out how to get video up of everybody, because Nicole called in 15 minutes too early. Anyway, but it's okay. We'll work it out. There, see? I'm back. So anyway, let's see how we can do this. Chad's working.
Yeah, RA's gone.
Okay, well, just go with that. They don't need to see me. It'll show a double image of everybody else. But I think they should watch all of those people. Now, RA, one thing, of course, Nicole's on now, and she just couldn't stand to be away from you. Everybody, this is a lovely and talented Nicole Griffith that you're seeing on screen now. But, okay, now, I'll go ahead and announce it because we know it's going to happen. We don't have the details yet. But we will be bringing back axe throwing with killers.
Yes, we have. They are very excited to have us back. And so I think that in his spare time, maybe RA has been practicing his axe throwing along with his armchair sitting. Have you been throwing any axes since we last saw you 2 years ago?
Nicole, do you want me to tell you the truth?
Yes, oh, of course.
No. But I will tell you this. Now that I know there's going to be axe throwing in October 2021, as soon as the weather gets warm, I will be out weekly.
Well, I think that sounds like a great plan. And another thing that I have not confirmed the times or anything on, but that you, I think, have an interest in, is that I now have a spot for karaoke. So RA is a fantastic singer, and typically it happens in the middle of the bar, just at random, or in the middle of whatever event we're at, and he breaks out into song like a musical. So those of you that have not gotten to experience that, people have begged for years for karaoke, and I think I can make it happen now. So
what's your favorite genre of music, RA?
It has to be my absolute favorite is blues, followed closely by old country. None of this new crap. None of no Garth Brooks and Shania Twain. Forget those people. They're not even country as far as I'm concerned. I'm talking about Willie. Talking about Willie, Waylon, David Allan Coe, Billy Joe Shaver, you know, and even further back, Hank, you know. So yeah.
And I think I have a video of you even doing a song from The Wizard of Oz, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I were king of the forest.
There you go.
Not a dink, but king. I'll come up with I'll come for the upcoming event for you, Nicole. I will find something really cool.
I cannot wait. I also wanted to show off, if I can, like a couple of my very favorite Scarefest collectibles things that I've gotten over the years. And this is the coolest. This was Scarlett's outfit for the black carpet one year. And I told RA about it. And so he brought me these patches here. And of course they get the main spot on there. And then my friend Kathy sewed them on very quickly at the event so that she could wear them at the red carpet. And then it's got his to Scarlett, the Scarefest princess, from her uncle RA, also known as Leatherface. And then my other favorite thing behind me, he brought me a sticker from here, but then my pop vinyl, and he said, "Don't you want me to sign the box?" And I was like, "No, I'm not keeping the box." I was like, "Sign it right on the face." And he said, "Well, some people think that takes the value out or something." And I said, "I'm never selling this. This is mine. I'm keeping it forever. I want it right on the face there." So
I remember when we did that.
So we look very, very forward to this upcoming year, and I think that everyone is going to be just dying to come out to cons by October. Everyone will be good and vaccinated, or the majority will. So I think we can do it again and finally get back to cons in the fall.
I'll tell you this without reservation. I almost perished of a broken heart not being able to come see you all this year.
Oddly enough, so did we. Now she's mentioned karaoke, and of course you'll do your axe throwing, but you might have to fit in a little bowling too. Of course, we got Linnea Quigley coming, famous for sorority girls at the Slime Bowl Bowl-orama. So it hit us. We're having a big party, and one of the features of the building is a bowling alley. And so we're going to have, we're going to try to arrange a VIP event for celebrity bowling, and then the rest of y'all can cosplay and bowl whatever the hell you want. But we got a lot of stuff going on. I was telling Chad earlier, Nicole, that every time something good happened this week, you called me, and so I didn't get shit done because
a lot of good things happen.
Planning is going so well.
It really is, and The other cool thing about downtown that's changed during COVID is that this complex, and I don't know how much I'm going to get to do there, but I know at least some, has been built in the parking lot across from the Hyatt's ballet. So literally across the street from the center, where we can have a lot of opportunities, I think, to do things Scarefest related. So that means less getting in a car and going somewhere to do an event. And it's all right there. I know that, you know, like having to do the transportation things, I'm just like, oh, maybe I won't go. It's all right there. It's going to be the biggest Halloween event in Lexington. And now it's in October. So it's right before Halloween. So I think this is going to be the perfect celebration for the 13th anniversary.
Sounds like a plan. I like it. Except the parking lot is gone?
No, just so there was a vacant
Not
lot
yet.
Not yet, but there was a vacant lot on the corner right across from the Hyatt that wasn't, it was a parking lot, but it wasn't really the Rep Arena parking lot. And they took that whole block and they went underground and above ground. So it's about 3 stories of entertainment complex. And I was speaking to Kane earlier, and the company that owns this, I think it's called Kokorion or something, and they're a chain of entertainment complex theaters. Here it's called Lex Live, and it has a giant arcade with all the big, you know, games that you get into, and they're huge. There's like 100 games in there. There's a bowling alley that's got 13 lanes, and 4 of the lanes are VIP lanes. So they're even, it's already sectioned to where you can have a celebrity in one and both, you know, cosplay bowling or whatever you come up with in the others. And then you've got a sports bar that has like 20-foot screens all over it and just state-of-the-art sound. You've got a bourbon bar. You've got a celebrity lounge upstairs, or not a celebrity lounge, but a lounge. And then there's 5 huge state-of-the-art theaters in there. And so it's just huge. And it's directly across the street. So it could not be more convenient for all of the fun after party things that we do, or after event things we do, or during the event things that we do. So I'm very excited.
It is very cool.
Okay, everybody, we need to get our commercial break, and then if anybody's in the chat room with these people that are asking about the video freezing, it seems to be a Facebook issue, so tell them the archive will be at scarefestradio.com and should be posted within the next 24 hours. We'll be right back with more Scarefest TV.
Spirit Mechanics is here to help. Their background includes many different specialties across the metaphysical spectrum, including alchemy, shamanism, Celtic witchcraft, angelic magic, astral travel, and more.
With over 30 years combined experience in the group, you can be confident in their ability to help. If there is a question you have that you cannot answer, they will do their best to assist you.
Metaphysics can be intimidating, confusing, and unfortunately, abused. Spirit Mechanics takes pride in being selfless in the pursuit of helping others, being humble and honest with their clients about their questions, and lastly, maintaining a professional and personable atmosphere. They want you to feel as you are coming to a close friend, and they will do everything in their power to make you comfortable and safe.
Everyone is talking about CBD oil, and it seems like almost everyone is using it. The research is ongoing, but the apparent health benefits are overwhelming. If you're going to use CBD products, though, what brand should you buy? First, find out where the hemp was grown. Imports are flooding the market. How potent is it? Look for a brand that plainly states its concentration on the label. And look for full spectrum CBD. This means the oil contains CBD and all the other cannabinoids, terpenes, and nutrients that are found in the entire cannabis plant. Look for Blue Leaf CBD oil. Blue Leaf Naturals is a Kentucky proud company. They use only Kentucky-grown hemp, supporting Kentucky farmers and businesses. Visit their website at blueleafcbd.com now and use the code SMILE at checkout for free shipping.
Come visit the Universal Energy Expo, May 1st and 2nd at the Northern Kentucky Convention Center. Meet special guests Shaman Coyote Chris Sutton and Psychic Southern Gypsies. Over 100 readers, healers, and vendors. Admission also includes door prizes, workshops, and all seminars. The Universal Energy Expo. Come curious, leave enlightened.
And welcome back, everybody, to Scarefest TV. I do apologize if the live viewers get to hear me actually say this. They say that Facebook is extra hinky tonight. So, but you know, the archive, it is what it is. The RA and Kane, of course, coming back to Scarefest this year, and we're working on some great events, everybody. Now, RA, let's get back on movies for a minute. The one thing, now this is the one thing that surprised me, because you stay so busy, but when I pulled up your IMDb page, as many of these, because you just finished a really big one, Ride Hard, Live Free. And incidentally, apparently not streaming yet, although that y'all can correct me in the chat room if I'm wrong, but I could not find that one. That's his most recent project, but you've only got one that doesn't show released, and it's just apparently in pre-production. Jasper, I guess, is that one you've signed up for?
Yeah, that was supposed to go. Guess what? In the year 2020. and what happened in the year 2020?
Let's think about it. See if anybody can remember. Trivia question. Well, in a way, I guess it's good, because that was the only thing, at least according to IMDb, that you had to sit out for a while. But I take it
three went down the drain.
Oh, that's a shame. Down the drain, or just had to be put on the back burner for a while.
Well, I mean, you know, who knows? You know, sometimes once you lose the momentum, then you may never, they may never be able to.
Well, that's true. Yeah, especially with these independent films.
Yeah.
Then, but I actually, I'm surprised that, of course, Ride Hard, Live Free, but then we jumped down to Death House, and then you were busy as shit up until Death House. So, okay, we talked about Krampus. You always play the big biker dude, or similar. Did you ever, other than the tough guy, have you ever just played a big old softy?
Yes, actually. You know who Mark Summers is, right?
Not off the top of my head, but I'm an idiot.
Oh,
so.
He was a bit, he's big on Food Channel.
Well, why the hell would I know who he is then? I don't watch the Food Channel.
Nickelodeon before that.
Nickelodeon. Yes, exactly.
Oh.
So in his Nickelodeon.
I'm sorry.
In his Nickelodeon heyday, he's also, he's a magician. And he made a How to Be a Magician video. And I got hired, and another guy got hired, and this guy had a reputation for being a Barney Fife impersonator. Okay, and this guy was hilarious. He had Barney Fife down to a T. So anyway, we got hired to be this Mutt and Jeff, Laurel and Hardy kind of team, and as Mark Summers would be, demonstrating how to do magic, we would try to emulate him, and of course, everything we tried backfired. So I was a bumbling fool in Mark Summers' How to Be a Magician home video.
I did not remember him from The Magician or the cooking show, but Double Dare was, I mean, that was a large part of my childhood. It was just,
well, it was it was when he was with Nickelodeon, long before there was even a Food Channel. But one of the coolest things I remember about that, aside from working with Mark Summers, my makeup was done by Candace Westmore. Who's Candace Westmore? Oh, she may be one of the famous makeup dynasty, Westmores. Very famous makeup people.
Yeah, they're family. They've done a lot of. I mean, Mr. Westmore was Star Trek, and then of course his parents were pretty much every great Hollywood movie ever out of the 50s and 60s. But
yeah, you know, so to have my face touched by a Westmore was enlightening. It was transcendent. So, you know, maybe it made me feel like I had a direct line to Hollywood history.
And it ties right back into horror because the daughter was on Face Off and she did a whole line of makeup that she just came out with. So
yeah, what's her name? Mackenzie.
Yeah, Mackenzie.
Yeah,
now it's somebody I've heard of. There, now I know who you're talking about. Family wise.
And her dad, Michael. I met those guys all at a show, and we all got our picture taken together, and I loved that.
So on the battle axes thing, just as I'm thinking of this, they loved us so much last year that they really are going to let us kind of take over that whole place. So we are going to look at bringing in like some more celebrities for each team. That was kind of like the trial thing. But then every one of you guys kind of said, that's the most fun we've ever had at a celebrity event. And I think it's still going to be the most fun at the battle axes, but I think we're going to have about 10 more things this year that are just going to rock this thing. You're just going to have such a great year.
And to answer in the chat room,
I'm bringing my own axes this year.
There you go.
They'll love that. There was a question in the chat room, just to clarify, if you can hear me. No, we're not doing the bowling instead of axe throwing. We're doing both. That's a little piece of information there for you. Although now, you know, you came darn close in Krampus to being the romantic lead.
I did?
That little blonde was all over you, dude.
She was?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it was... maybe it was camera angle. Maybe it was perspective. But yeah. Did you just block that kind of stuff out? I would have noticed her smooching the top of my bald head.
Here was the problem. She was a strict vegan.
Oh, that's a deal killer.
It's a deal killer. She was smoking hot, but nothing. What am I going to do? It's just like, what's her name? The Exorcist girl. What's her name?
Linda Blair?
Linda Blair.
Linda Blair. She and I did an appearance together, you know, and I was really enjoying it because every time she walked, she had to squeeze by me to go out, you know, and take pictures with everybody. And she'd kind of like trail her hands across my shoulders, you know, and I was kind of getting Linda fever. And she's got that husky, smoky voice, right? And I was gonna, you know, screw up my courage and ask her out on a date. But after analyzing the situation, I knew that would be a failure because this would have been my proposal. Miss Blair, would you care to have lunch with me tomorrow at this fantastic barbecue joint I found? And then we could while away the afternoon at the New Bedford Whaling Museum.
And Ari does love the barbecue. It would never work. I've seen in that we always get lots of barbecue at Scarefest, and
yeah. I love my barbecue.
And of course, you know how to tell a vegan, don't you? You know how to tell a vegan?
I do. They'll let you know in the first 5 minutes you meet them.
Exactly. Stand within 10 foot of them and listen for 5 minutes. I saw the Q's meme. They were having a funeral, and the guy officiating said, "Would anybody like to say some last words over the deceased?" And somebody goes, "I'm a vegan." So anyway, that's a Scarefest TV for tonight. We're just going to stick a fork in this and call it a night. But everybody, if you go to patreon.com/ScarefestRadio and go ahead and pledge tonight to be a subscriber, you'll have access to the Zoom link that will continue the frivolity of the evening. We're going to do it a Zoom Q&A with RA. So I don't think I've sent RA the link yet. So RA, I'll have to email you the link so you can get in.
Okay.
I don't think I sent you both of them. I might have. Who knows? But anyway, so I'll get that to RA. So everybody, in about 5 minutes, we're going to hop over to a Zoom Q&A/meet and greet with Mr. R.A. Mihailoff. And RA, I can't thank you enough for doing the show on short notice tonight. And it's despite the technical difficulties, it has been fun. Everybody, once again, R.A. Mihailoff will be appearing at Scarefest 2021. Along with Kane Hodder.
And hopefully our tables will be side by side, because that's the bomb there.
Actually, I think that's
that
like
can be arranged.
Contract.
That can be arranged.
Oh, thank you, Nicole.
Everybody, we'll be back in a few minutes. Join us on Zoom.